Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Hello, episode 207 of the best bits of the Atom Radio Breakfast Show podcast drops now. Should have done that with reverb, really, shouldn't I? This is Mark Denholm from the Breakfast Show, and on the way this week in the podcast as we finally hit February and say bye-bye to January. Coming up this week in the best bits, we have got reasons for guys not to cheat, not that you should anyway, irritating things. We ask, is karma fair? We discovered that dropping an F-bomb is no longer really a bomb. Also, unusual food combinations, passwords, and a family holiday without a family, as well as ugliness correlated to something.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
7:16 morning then, Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. If you are a man and you're thinking of doing the dirty, be careful. A study suggests that women can tell if a man is a cheater just by looking at him, whereas a man cannot do the same with a woman. That's unfair.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
What is the most irritating little thing? Like somebody yesterday dunked their biscuit in my tea without even asking, and I had to make do with all their crumbs for the rest of my cup. What little thing like that annoys you?
Mark Denholm at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
If you're in love, think on this. You know someone means a lot to you when their mood affects your mood. I never knew that. Didn't think of that. Also, it is said that karma has no menu and you get served what you deserve. Yeah. Although karma doesn't always come around, does it? Often the worst people seem totally and utterly able to just avoid all sorts of karma. And that's quite annoying.
Mark Denholm
at breakfast podcast.
Morning then, 6:14. Mark Denholm at breakfast on Atom Radio. It's going to be a slow news day today. How do I know it's going to be a slow news day today? Because there is a headline. Happy Valley star Sarah Lancashire served a parking ticket in London. That happens on a day-to-day basis, and yet somehow, somewhere, somebody has decided it's that much of a slow news day that can be a front-page headline story.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Stop what you're doing and listen carefully. Dropping the F-bomb is no longer a shock in the workplace. It is said, using phrases like "I don't give a" are now commonplace. A tribunal judge ruled yesterday. So there you are, you see. It can be big and it can be clever to swear at work.
This is Mark Denholm
at breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Today, therefore, I have asked for your unusual food combinations, things that you wouldn't see on MasterChef or don't generally appear on restaurant menus, but things that you would say, tasty. That's what I wanted to know today. And on the way, we will get a top 5. Although we salute Tom. Morning, Tom. And this one, Tom, I have actually done. None of the others that we've done today, I have actually ever tried. And yours, I have actually done. And I do it. And mine came about from very similar reason to yours. Tom says, a ketchup sandwich. Now, you may think, well, yeah, you could put ketchup in it, like maybe with the ham or the chicken or whatever. But, yeah, what Tom is saying is just butter, bread, and some ketchup. And Tom's came about for exactly the same reason that mine did. And I must stress that Tom and I don't know each other either. But Tom's came about because he buttered the bread and he went to go and get some ham out of the fridge to then put in his sandwich, only to find that somebody else had finished off the ham and there was none. So therefore he just had buttered bread and he thought, well, I'll add some ketchup to it and it'll turn out all right. And Tom, I give you a big thumbs up, by the way, for the ketchup sandwich, my man. Very, very ingenious idea that we have both had, and very, very, very nice. Maybe not be very good in calorific value, but it's all right in terms of taste. But down to the business then today, given that it is Tuesday, it's all about the top 5 of unusual food combinations, and your top 5 of unusual food combinations this week stacks up like this. At 5, vanilla ice cream with soy sauce. At 4, melted chocolate on a pizza. At 3, dunking after 8 minutes in hot chocolate. At 2, having ketchup with your curry. And therefore the winner this week, because it's the only one that I've ever done, and because it's also genuine lush, is a ketchup sandwich.
Mark Denholm.
At breakfast.
Podcast.
We say good morning to Richard Brown, who is, I'm sure, fine today, waking up and raring to go on Washing Wednesday, which comes after Workday Wednesday. But yeah, it's Washing Wednesday tonight, and I did find out, by the way, that tumble drying happens on the same night as the washing. So the whole Brown's life coaching calendar week I've lost track of it. All I know really is that we've got Washing Wednesday, and that's about it. That's all I know on the Browns life coaching calendar. But yeah, we'll get to the bottom of that and we'll sort it out one day. But morning though, Richard, and happy Wednesday. Hypermiling into you. We had a jolly yesterday, by the way. He calls it a meeting. I think it was just a jolly, if I'm honest. It may even been a mission he was sent on by the cult leader to identify a potential site, but I don't know. Anyway, some say it could have been. Morning though, Richard, and happy hump day to you.
Mark Denholm at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
Today, among other things, is Change Your Password Day. And we are told that you should change your password regularly and not to use the same password on more than one thing. And that's easier said than done because you have to remember them all. Or maybe you get one of those passkeeper things where it encrypts your passwords and keeps them. But then if you happen to ever need to log in on another device, you're like, I don't know the password for this. And that's a disaster as well. But it is important, certainly online banking, things like that, and emails where you could get access to everything if you manage to hack someone's email. It is important to have a decent password. And therefore today, on Change Your Password Day, I want to know, and this is assuming that it is not still this, please, please, please do not tell me your password to anything. Don't do that. That's not what I want to know. What I do want to know, though, is the worst password that you've ever had. And what was the inspiration behind it, right? Absolutely the worst password you've ever had on air at atomradio.co.uk on a Wednesday morning. What has been your worst ever password on Change Your Password Day, and what was the inspiration behind it?
Mark Denholm.
At breakfast.
Podcast.
If you've got a cat owners tend to be more open-minded, more sensitive, and more likely to be non-conformist, according to a San Francisco study. I've got a cat. I don't know that is entirely me, though, if I'm honest.
This is Mark Denholm.
At breakfast.
Atom Radio.
Imagine this. You're at an airport, right? And you're there with your little baby in your pushchair. And you're then told that you don't have a boarding pass for your baby. What do? Me? I'd buy a boarding pass for my baby. A Belgian couple refused to do that and just left their baby at the Ryanair check-in and went to go and board the plane. Fortunately, the check-in agent spotted this, called ahead to security, who denied them access to the actual flight, and then the police came and nicked them. Quite right too, I think.
Mark Denholm.
At breakfast.
Podcast.
A new study has revealed that less attractive people are more likely to still be wearing masks than their more attractive counterparts. This has been done in South Korea, with mask wearing, certainly in the UK, no longer mandated. But it is said, though, if you're less attractive, you're more likely to carry on wearing one. So basically now it's no longer supposed to even protect you from anything. It's just supposed to hide you away.
Mark Denholm at breakfast.
This is Atom Radio.
I'm thinking about that study in South Korea saying that lesser attractive people are more likely to still wear masks. Does that mean if you see somebody today wearing a mask, you can go up to them and just say, "Quite ugly"? Probably not, no.
Mark Denholm.
At breakfast.
Podcast.
Absolutely not. No, I do not think that you should go up to people wearing masks and make insinuative comments. 100% no. But what about that family, though? No, we haven't got a boarding pass. Oh, don't worry. Leave the baby here. What are they going to do? Just leave it there and hope to come back and pick up their child from lost luggage when they get back from their holiday? Absolutely shocking. I don't know how anyone could do that. Some people don't deserve to be parents, do they? That is episode 207 of the Atom Radio Best Bits podcast. As always, cheers for your ears and thank you for listening. Don't forget, if you are on your favourite podcast app, hit subscribe if you haven't done already. If you are listening on YouTube to the visualization version, then you can also hit subscribe as well. And my son would be very appreciative if you would subscribe to his YouTube channel as well while you are there. Find Will Denholm on YouTube and hit the subscribe button. As he would say, please like and subscribe. You can like videos, but yeah, he wants you to subscribe to his channel. That is it for episode 207. See you Monday morning at 6 and we'll do it all again live.
Mark Denham.
At breakfast.
Podcast.